boys and girls. Okay, so we have learned what animals need. What are the three things that animals always need, just like we need? Water, food, and shelter. Those are the three things. Well, animals get those three things from their habitat where they live. Now, last week we talked about the woodlands, the woods, the forest. That's one habitat. Well, yesterday we started talking about a new one, the pond. The pond. Okay. So we are continuing to talk about pond. Now, today we're going to be listening to a story. It's called Life in a Pond, and it's by Carol Linden. Now, as you can tell, this is a book that is made up of photographs. Nobody drew these pictures, so it's pretty cool. Okay. Making sure I'm. Here we go. Okay. So now, as we look at this, I want you to listen because we're going to learn more about the animals and the plants that live in the pond habitat. And we're going to find out how pond animals find food, water, and shelter in their habitat. Here we go. Here's the title page. Now, this is one of those books that gives us lots of information. Okay, it's not a storybook that tells a story like what I read in math yesterday about the cow that goes oink. That was a story. This is a book that gives us information that we learn from. So it has a table of contents, and you see the information over here. It says, what are ponds? Page 4. It has a number. Pond animals, page 8. Pond plants, page 14. Living together, page 20. Glossary, page 22. Read more, 23. Internet sites, 23. Index and word list, 24. Okay. Okay. Skipping some. Okay. Oh, this is a very cool. What are ponds? Oh, look, there's a cool question mark. A pond is a small body of still, shallow water. Now, if you remember, hopefully you've watched the video with the vocabulary because the vocabulary, we have new vocabulary. Let me get to my list. And still is one of the words. 5 pages back. Here we go. Still, lake, and dive. Okay. So still, look at the water here. It's not splashing around and moving, is it? No, it's very still. It's like it's frozen. How we do a dance, we say freeze. That's what it's doing. Now you see the ripples right here. It's kind of looks like it's moving, but it's not moving. It could just be that's where a fish just kind of jumped up or something. But it's just still. It's still. It's not moving. I was having to look to see if that was an alligator or something. I was like, what is that? Ponds are found in many parts of the world. Ponds form in forests, on farms, and in cities. Ponds are smaller than lakes. Didn't I just say that was one of our other words? I think so. Lake is one of our words. This video is okay. Look at that. So a lake is bigger, a pond is smaller. So ponds can be anywhere. A pond could be in a forest, it could be on a farm, or we could have ponds in Houston. Pond, pond animals. Many kinds of fish swim in a pond. Fish breathe through gills. They're the little openings on the side, and they go like this. Yeah. You look real closely, you can see the gills. There. That's how they breathe. This water, we learned about this yesterday. It's called murky water. It's not clear. It's kind of thick. It's kind of it has like stuff in it. You can't see straight through it. It's not clean. Okay. Now we as a human, we cannot breathe underwater since we have lungs, not gills. Now, the pond water provides shelter for some animals like fish. That's their habitat. Ooh, what are those animals? Good, ducks. Ducks swim in the water. They eat insects. Ducks also dive underwater to look for food. It's one of our words, dive. They go under the water. So the ducks are swimming in their habitat. What's their habitat? The pond. Frogs kick and swim in the water. Frogs eat insects. It's a cool picture. What basic need is this frog taking care of? I like the way it's sitting halfway in and halfway out of the water. That's kind of cool. Like it's kind of relaxing. Look at the water splashing up. Kind of neat. So, well, looks like it's eating an insect. It's trying to eat one. And they need water and its habitat of the pond. It's there, so it's home, but it's eating an insect. That's what the book says. I don't see the insect, but it's there. Okay. Pond plants. They have special plants. What are those? You remember? Lily pads. Good. Okay. Pond plants. Water lilies grow in ponds. Their leaves float on the water. Their flowers bloom. Remember, nutrients from the soil help the plants. Air and water and sunlight, because the plants need all those things. When they spread their leaves on the water at the top of the pond, what are they getting? They're getting sunlight and they're getting air. Cattails grow in ponds. A cattail is a plant with a fuzzy brown tip. The tip looks like a cat's tail. Right? It's called a cattail. Have you seen those? Plants need sunlight to grow healthy and strong. Cattails are getting sunlight in this picture around the pond. Yeah, very cool. Sunlight shines through shallow pond water. Shallow means, remember, not very deep. Sunlight reaches plants that grow on the bottom of the pond. Trying to get it close, guys. Ooh, living together. Many plants and animals live together in ponds. Animals find food in ponds. Plants need pond water to grow. Ponds are full of life. What animal is that? It's not a squirrel. It's not a cat. It's not a beaver. A raccoon. Can you say it? Raccoon. Yeah. Now, in this book, some of the words that it's talked about are the gills. That's what a fish uses on the side of its face to breathe. Insects, that's a small animal with a hard outer shell. It has 3 body sections, 6 legs, and 2 antennas. Most insects have 2 or 4 wings. A lake, we talked about that already. Shallow, not deep, still, quiet, and calm without motion. Okay, internet sites and to read more, other books. This is an index, a word list of if you want to look up all the places where it talks about water, water lilies, water tail, swim, sunlight, still, smaller, shine, shallow plant, life, leaves, lakes, insects, gills, frogs, forest, food, flowers, float, fish, farms, ducks, cities, cattails, bottom, and bloom. Pretty cool. That's the back cover. There's the front cover. I like the little turtle looking up there. Isn't that a cute little turtle? Yeah, it's pretty neat. Okay. Some of the animals that it talks about in this book are, let's see, turtles. It shows us fish, ducks, frogs, raccoons. What about the plants? Trees, grass, lily pads, cattails. 4. Okay, so the habitat is the pond. Now, we are talking about the letter what today? P. We're talking about the letter P. What sound does P make? So, your job is to go find the letter P on 3 things. Remember, you could find it on a water bottle. Look, there's a P. See it right there? See the P? Hard for me to point there, right above my finger. Okay? So find 3 places where you can find a P. Families, don't you go do it. Make your little one. Write it on the little Etch-a-Sketch thing, write the letter P, and then you go match it. Find it somewhere. Okay? Now, if they're having a hard time, give them 3 things and say, where's the P? Which one of these has a P on it? Because we want them to find the P. We want them to identify when they see it. Okay? So find 3 things that have a P on them, and then I want you to find 2 or 3 things that have the p, p sound at the beginning. Could be something purple, it could be some pants, could be something plastic, anything, okay? Then we're going to do another page of ending sounds. Now this has another thing that has a funny sound at the end. It says key, key. This is hard because all they hear is the E, key, y, key, y. It's kind of difficult, okay? So you just have to help them stretch that word key, that we know it's the y sound, okay? Okay, guys, make it a great day. I will see you later. Bye.